In this video, we will take a look at the Leyton Orient goalkeeper, Keeley's performance against Manchester City in the FA Cup. We will cover 5 of his 7 saves, and 1 of the goals he conceded. Let's take a look at this simple-looking save. As the ball is swung into the box, Keeley drops from a high position into one inside of the goal. He keeps his body position low as he mentally prepares himself for the header. A lower body position also allows him to shuffle across the goal faster than if he has a high body position. Keeley also drops back into the goal. He moves from 4 feet off the line to only 1 foot forward. This is important as it will give him more time to react to the shot. If he held a position high off his line, he will have to make a block save, which is less likely to result in a save, as compared to a reaction save. When the ball is shot, we see that Keeley is not in the best position. He is not in the middle of the goal, but instead is slightly off-center. But what he does well is that he stops and sets as the ball is shot, despite his positioning. If he had kept running, a header across him to the near post would easily go in. By being set, he now can react in both directions. In this scenario, the shot is tame, and Keeley can make a comfortable scoop save. In this free kick situation, we see that Keeley stands slightly more towards the near post, as opposed to being in the middle of the goal. The reason for this is because the ball is in a shooting range. The free kick taker can try and shoot towards the near post. So, it is important that Keeley stands in a position where he can reach the front post if the ball is shot there. Although some people say that Keeley should have caught the ball here. When the ball is swung in, there are 3 people that jump in front of Keeley. This obviously will block Keeley's vision of the ball. So, I think that Keeley punching the ball away is a reactive action rather than an action that he had wanted to perform originally. When the ball is shot from outside of the box, I think that Keeley is set in a position where he can see the ball. He should be 1 step to his left. This would be a better position for him to dive to either side of the goal. Now, let's take a look at this very good save from a cross. Similar to the previous free kick, the winger here can either take a shot at Keeley, or cross it to the back post. Because of this, Keeley does not position himself for a cross, but instead positions as though the winger is going to take a shot at him. This is important as the shot is number 1 priority, and the cross is the less important of the 2. As the cross is played across the goal, Keeley turns and sprints in order to reposition for the shot. Notice how his movement is very direct, and he does not make a big loop to get to the position. This is crucial as he can now get into position faster, giving himself more time to set and make the save. Once the ball is being shot, he slows down the running. However, he does not completely stop moving. Definitely, I think it would have been better if he set and reacted to the shot. But, at least by slowing down his movement, he is able to readjust his body when the ball is shot across his body, towards the far post. Keeley swings his legs to meet the ball. This is because his movement to the right of the goal prevents him from diving in the opposite direction, and thus preventing his arms from going down to meet the shot. In this crossing action, we will look at the movement around the goal. As the cross comes in, Keeley again sprints across goal to where the ball is going to land. When the ball lands on the striker's head, he stops his movement, ready for the shot. When the ball is loose, he checks his positioning using his post. When he sees the second potential shot, Keeley takes 1 step forward. He does not want to be inside the goal here. If he stands on the line, any parry will go into the goal. When he stands further out, the parry will go outside of the posts. Once the ball is not in immediate danger, Keeley drops back onto the line. This is so that he can find the correct position again when the ball is cut back. When the ball is shot from outside the box, Keeley must give himself time to make the save, especially as there are many people blocking his vision of the ball. For the shot, Keeley does well to react to the deflection off of the defender. He executes a good negative step push-off and is able to get his hand on the ball and save it. Next up, let's discuss these 2 actions Keeley made for the 1 versus 1. As the ball moves towards the striker and the centre-back, Keeley starts to drop. However, he is doing so with small steps. He also does not drop all the way back onto his line. This is because the striker and the defender are under pressure, so Keeley has to be ready to intercept any mistouch by either the striker or the defender. Keeley also remains high because if the defender misses the ball, it is a 1-on-1 action. When the striker takes the touch, Keeley is set ready for the shot. Here, the touch is bad, forcing the striker wide. This is a trigger for Keeley to close down the angle. He does so very quickly. When the striker is taking the shot, Keeley spreads himself. He uses his momentum and slides towards the near post. This is important, as it is easier for the striker to shoot near. So, Keeley has to cover this space. In the second action, Keeley gets up and stands big against the striker. This forces the striker to make up his mind quickly under pressure. It also gives more time for Keeley's defenders to drop and help him cover the goal. Once the striker takes a poor touch, Keeley is quick to execute a smother dive at the striker's feet. This effectively removes any threat. This action is similar to the previous save that we discussed. We can see here that Keeley actually starts to come and close the angle. The touch from the striker is bad and bouncy. However, Keeley then hesitates. He allows the striker to get closer to the goal, then he closes the angle. I think that Keeley should have done the same as the previous clip. He should have immediately closed the angle on the bad touch, regardless who the striker was. If he closed down the angle, the striker would have had to take the shot quickly, increasing the chance of a miss-hot, or a shot straight at Keeley. Instead, Keeley lets the striker have too much time to look at the goal. The striker can now choose his shot based on where Keeley is. In this scenario, the striker is good enough to lift the ball over Keeley into the goal. So what do you think of Keeley's performance? Let me know if you prefer this type of game analysis.